Hey.
What's this over here?
This is my pounding bench, which sounds a little dirty, but I promise you it's PG. When I started making knives, well, you know, of course, when you look at a blacksmith shop, you got this nice big anvil, 600-700 pounds, and I thought those were nice, but what I didn't think was that cool was the price they wanted. So what I got was a $25 piece of railroad track from a scrapyard that I bolted down on a stump, and I went to work. And as this thing grew up, I knew I needed something a little bit better, and still wasn't down with the prices I was seeing on anvils. So I went to another scrapyard and I found myself this piece of I-beam, a 625-pound piece of 12 by inch and a half I-beam. The man set it on my trailer with a tractor, and he said, "You got a tractor or something to get that off of there with?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "Well, you better call a lot of friends." I said, I spend all my time working or hunting. I don't have any dang friends. Are you kidding me? All the way home, I was thinking, the Egyptians figured this one out a long time ago. I got it off the trailer, and I got it up on some lengths of PVC pipe, and I just rolled it right around the house and into the shop. Jacked it up with a 4-foot pry bar and a bunch of blocks so I got it to the right height, welded some legs on it, and put my train track on top.
Did you shape that train track into an anvil?
The man at the yard had cut it with a torch, and I took a grinder and sort of ferreted it. Actually, it was Hunter. It was my son he wanted to learn to use the grinder and make sparks, and so I set him to working on it for a few days, and I just cleaned it up a bit. This whole setup, it rang a little bit too much. I bolted it down to the slab, and then I added this piece of 1.5-inch steel on top of it. And this worked very well for a long time. Over time, I've gotten so many hammer marks in it, I don't like the pattern that it makes. What I've got is this, and a friend of mine brought this by. It's cast. And I'm not sure what its original purpose was, whether it was a counterweight on a piece of equipment or whether it came out of a weight set, or I don't really know, but I love the texture on it. And that's where my knife texture comes from. It's been very useful to me. I really appreciated having that. The other thing that it has is nice large holes. Now,
what do you use those for?
well, I bored a small hole in my bench that holds a variety of tools I've made. I can punch a hole, make a ring knife.
What do you mean, punch a hole, make a ring knife? Can you show me?
I don't have a punched one handy. This is one where I drew out a tail, and I used this tool to bend that tail around, make it the right diameter. I also use that tool for doing the finger guard. I don't have a good example handy of a knife with a hole punched in it, but I do have a hatchet head I've been working on. So in a case like that, I'd start with this tool, my cutter.
Did you make that yourself?
I did, with some steel that another friend of mine had donated from his work, 4140 stainless. I'll drive that through, and I'll drive this through, and then my drift is too big for that hole, so that's where these guys come back into play. So that drift will fit through there. The combination of those tools and those holes is how I create hammer heads, axe heads, such as that.
Tom.
Yeah.
You didn't shoot a closer for the video.
Video's over.